Fair enough, sir. Fair enough, sir. I will introduce myself. You
Sorry.
people have given me an opportunity, sir. That opportunity should be grabbed. I cannot let you people now give me more so many opportunities. It needs to be understood. Opportunity given by an institute needs to be now taken by me towards moving forward. So with your permission, sir, because I would
Yes,
be
sir.
I'm slightly running against time, sir.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Please, sir.
for the larger benefit of the audience, I'm Colonel Venkat, Director, AICT, New Delhi, and I would not be wasting much time in telling about as to who am I and what do I do. Sufficient to say that I'm representing the government in educating to you and letting you know about multiple aspects which exist or the opportunities which are there towards the students' development and the students' growth. That is exactly what we would be speaking about in this particular
Excuse me, sir. Sir, you are not audible.
I'm asking, is it correct that I would be speaking on the multiple opportunities which exist for the students to be talking?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect, perfect. So that be the case, then in that case, ladies and gentlemen, AICT is mandated to look after the overall education, and when we are mandated to look after the overall education, we do the same thing in a technical education as a regulatory body. We carry out multiple activities and initiatives towards ensuring that the education doesn't it only become a holistic education which is needed to be given to our students towards leading them to professional education. The ultimate aim of all these activities which happen, whether it be hinted at faculty members, whether it be hinted at institutions, whether it be hinted at towards promoting research, or it may be towards taking an education system to international platform, all this collectively speaking aims at imparting professional education to a student. Now, what's a professional education? National Education Policy 2020 refers, and professional education is defined as an education which is to be given to a student encompassing complete plethora of disciplines and complete activities towards making it a holistic education to include general education, vocational education, um, basic sciences and humanities, clubbed with engineering education, and simultaneously also giving an opportunity to students to grow in a diversified fields and structure. That is what is called as multidisciplinarity of the education system coupled with interdisciplinarity and thereby taking it to a professional education. So the students of the future of the coming times are going to be having an engineering degree to say the least, and side by side also being qualified in music, yoga or dance. That is what is the expectation. That is what is the flow chart. That is where we are now looking forward to be going. And if that be the way ahead in which we people are moving, this complete thing requires a change. So the change which is happening now is at AICT, we are carrying out multiple curriculum revisions and curriculum development. And every time we are doing curriculum revisions and curriculum development, we are doing it with an understanding that we need to be incorporating one additional point, and that happens to be inclusion of multiple entry and multiple exit agenda also. So having said this, multiple entry and multiple exit, this is applicable straight to students. Each one of you should be very well aware of it. This means for all those students who earlier could not pursue education or could not continue with education because of any other financial or administrative reasons and had to take a breakout in between, can now pursue the education even after taking a break and come back into the mainstream education at the same place where you left your education, thereby retaining your credits. That is what is called as multiple entry and exit. So every time you go out and exercise the option of an exit, you can come back into the education system with the same credits retained intact. Activities toward this, there has been a curriculum revision, there has been a moderation of the curriculum has been aligned in such a manner that there has been certain skill set activities which have been added after every year. There have been certain bridge courses which have been included or in the process of getting included, so that at every point of time when an exit option is being exercised, that is after 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, there will be a suitable qualified certificate stroke diploma stroke degree which will be given to a student along with quantified and verifiable activities which the student will be capable of doing, thereby be in a position to at least be employable. That is what is called as multiple entry and exit, and this is exactly speaking going on the ground today. This is one of the biggest activities which AICT is doing towards making this particular whole activity look student friendly. All of you are already aware that this coming national education policy is very much student centric or learner centric. When we use the word learner centric, that implies that a student is at liberty and at freedom to design his content, design his course, design his methodology to move forward in his overall approach to the education system. If the student has the freedom to design his complete course and content, how do you do that? Even that has to have a set kind of an activity to progress forward. And a student needs to be progress forward when you offer him the concept of multidisciplinarity. Multidisciplinarity, which I was telling in the beginning, has to have a wholesome and a holistic education. Towards wholesome and a holistic education, the proposal which is gone is that let us make it in the ratio of 40-20-20-20. This percentage is a touch and go variable. It is not necessary that this percentage needs to be taken as a sacrosanct, but the proposal of 40 is for core subjects, 20 is for core electives, second 20 is for basic sciences and humanities, and the last 20 happen to be for open electives. If you would go through very carefully, you would see that 40 plus 20, 60 makes it nothing but makes it ensured that the major part of the education retains with that particular respective discipline. That disciplines in reasonability is maintained intact. The 20 which immediately follows that is for basic sciences and humanities, couples it and makes it basically interdisciplinary in nature. And the last 20, as we people talk about, last 20 makes it open electives, multidisciplinary. Now, what are these open electives? Chapter on professional education, national education policy refers, and that particular chapter talks of inclusion of agriculture, health, and legal also. And it says that little bit of introduction of these subjects should be given to every student towards his overall professional qualification. Simultaneously, a chapter on vocational education, which was also being spoken in the national education policy, talks of skill set and skill-based activities to be included into the education system. One of the very important skill-based activities which has been referred is called as Lok Vidya. Even introduction of Lok Vidya into the education system. Lok Vidya is nothing but your traditional regional knowledge. This traditional regional knowledge, which is available with our local artisans, so the period of time has just been handing over from generation. Our students, for whatever reasons, do not get connected with the society at large. So having the skill-based activities, which are very much connected in the society, only making it introduced into your education system is surely be giving an opportunity to students to connect with the society. That is where very important facet of students' education and learning also gets involved, and that is connect with the society, your societal responsibility, which is very much important today, that every student understands and appreciate that an education system is purely not academical. Education system also happens to be your obligation to the society and your connect with the society. Open electives can also include multiple other subjects such as agriculture, health, and legal. I told just now that the professional education will be a wholesome education encompassing everything. Make a credit-based courses to be put in this open electives basket, give a student an option to take the credits from any of them, and then fulfill his particular requirement. We at AICT also say that addition to all these things, let us also include subjects such as Indian music, Indian dance, Indian yoga. Let us also have Indian constitution. Why not include a subject's Indian knowledge system? Give a multiple opportunities and options to students to pursue his or her education in the manner that he or she deems fit, and thereby getting graduated with majors in engineering in whichever discipline they wish to do. And you can also side by side have a qualification which is coming in dance, music, yoga, whatever. This is what is called as, professionalism in education. Agriculture, health, and legal becomes a mandatory aspect, thereby connecting you with the nuances of these three things. So overall, in case if you see, the education system is learner centric, and when I say learner centric means it is the student who picks and chooses his subjects towards his or her fulfillment or attainment of the credits which are so required for a specific program. That is what is for students which are there in the national education policy, and that is exactly what is being followed. That is exactly what parallel activity side by side, which has already been started off, is for the purposes of ensuring multiple entry and multiple exit model. Academic Bank of Credit, ABC, which was also supposed to be established, is already in the process, and the regulations to this effect has been prepared. They are under consideration. And all that would be happening is that every time a student exercises, Academic Bank of Credit would be retaining its credit, and he can simply log on to that ABC portal, and he is then accessible straight away to continue his education even after taking a break in between. That is what is called as continuing education. Concept of vocational education seen as little bit inferior to general education. Now, this reason as to why it happens is not known. A lot of us do not understand the dynamics of this thing. But yes, general information or understanding in the environment is this. If that be the general understanding and appreciation of vocational education, national education policy has very much appreciated, and the national education policy has gone beyond to say that there will be no difference between the general education and vocational education as far as the learning outcomes are concerned. And towards that, there will be certain skill set activities which will go into the general education. There will be certain bridge courses which will be going into the vocational education, so that today the students do not need to worry and fear which form of education they would be taking, whether they take it in vocational, whether they take it in general education. It is going to be having a common understanding and common implication, and further the learning outcomes or the graduate attributes would be aligned to the overall international occupation standards. Now, this is a very good point. It not only to national occupation standards, but to international occupation standards, thereby making our students that much in a position to represent the country in each and every international forum. Also, with a reason to make education system accessible, we have promoted the online and ODL education. So all the students who are listening, all the students who are not even connected can be gone and be informed that online and ODL education, even in technical aspects of the education, has now been permitted. Towards commencing of this particular activity, we have stated that the education to be given for subjects such as transport, logistics, travel, tourism, MCA, engineering subjects such as artificial intelligence and data sciences to start with, where the hands-on experience is not there. At least it's been a reasonable and a fair beginning, where the education can be given in an online format or an ODL. Extremely important point to understand is we at AICT are following the mandate of NEP 2020, and we have allowed regional languages also to be introduced for the purposes of getting education in technical disciplines also. Activities which AICT has done, because the NEP speaks about promotion of regional languages not only in school education but in the higher technical education also. We have commenced with translation of NPTEL MOOCs online courses which are available. Presently all are in English. We are in the process of translating it to 12 regional languages, and simultaneously another very important activity which has happened is about original technical book writing and then subsequently translating these books into multiple scheduled Indian regional languages. They are two very, very important aspects. Now, this aspect has got a direct implication and bearing on each and every stakeholder who is connected here today. So each and every stakeholder who is connected today has to now be capable enough and has to be motivated enough to impart education in regional languages to commence with, because We propose to have this activity to be commenced with institutions who have given their go-ahead to provide education in regional languages from the coming academic year. So we have started in Hindi, Tamil, Telugu, Marathi, Gujarati, and Bengali to start with. And we are surely going to be starting this in the times to come by in more languages. We have shortlisted 12 Indian regional languages, and by this time that we would be taking for preparation, we should be going ahead to 12. To start, we are having these 6 languages. These all activities which are there, it's very important for each one of us to know and understand that these activities are happening. It is not only the textbook written activities or written in the NEP and on ground. These are not being related and translated. Every activity on whatever we've been speaking has been related and been happening on the ground. Extremely important, another point happens to be, employability. Now, suddenly speaking, after education, imparting professional education, imparting education in regional language, giving an ODL and online, connecting with vocational education, having multidisciplinarity in your education. End of the day, everybody seeks what is the final state. What is the end state of this education? The end state of education happens to be making your individual or a student a professional. Once you're making him a professional, quite obviously, we spoke about international occupation standards and employability. So we at AICT have come forward for making students employable by multiple activities. And when we say of multiple activities, there is a beautiful portal which has been made. I would request everybody who has not seen it, please look at the portal. Portal is going by the name of AICTE SLA, Students Learning Assessment. It has been made. It would be launched maybe in next 2 weeks time. And this portal is having phenomenal multiple choice questions pertaining to engineering disciplines, management, emerging areas, general knowledge, aptitude, MCA, MBA, and we make it capable enough for every polytechnic student, every degree student, MBA, MCA student, PG student to take on this assessment. Come on to this portal, take an assessment through this portal of your own standing. Understand your own capability, your own standing. Where do you stand presently, whether in academics or whether in aptitude related subjects? Because today, as an individual, when you pass out, you are not only supposed to be academically educated, you are supposed to be a professional individual. And when we talk of professional individual, you need to be having all the values which are supposed to be there in a human being. And that values beyond also are seen by multiple companies who come at your placement time to look at you people. And all of them look forward to you being an individual capable enough to fit into the requirements, which goes by the name of verbal or non-verbal skills. Now, these are some things which an individual needs to be possessing himself or herself. Unless and until you are having these capabilities from inside within you, you will not be seen as a person capable enough to contribute to an organization. And hence this portal comes in, which gives you time to time your plus points and your weak points, and which is highly confidential, and you can continue to keep improving upon your points and thereby have a meaningful contribution at the end of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called as AICT Students Learning Assessment. It is being renamed as Parak. Please have a look see at it, and that is where you people will make yourself that much more capable. AICT doesn't only look at students on a direct manner. We all the issues and aspects which are applicable to a student in a very, very indirect manner, that is to continuously upgrade and improvement of the institution, continuously keep looking at the improvement in the faculty members towards imparting quality education. These activities keep going simultaneously. There are multiple initiatives, multiple activities, multiple financially funded schemes which are for the purpose of the faculty members towards their continuous enhancement, towards their continuous development. There are multiple initiatives and schemes towards making in institutions a world-class institution and making that institution capable enough. There are multiple initiatives and financially funded schemes which are for the students towards continuous providing them an opportunity for undergoing higher education in the form of either scholarships or in the form of their projects or in the form of their club activities or in the form of their going abroad and representing. There are multiple initiatives, ladies and gentlemen, which keep coming in. I would not be touching on any financially funded scheme because that is itself another topic which goes into huge. I'll go into the depth of it, and I would rather request everybody who is connected to visit AICT website and go to the AICT AQIS schemes, and you would get there straight away multiple activities and initiatives towards financially funding which AICT does. Very important for me to speak here and in front of you people is we at AICT understood the requirement of students, and having understood the requirement of students, we were the kind of, first ones to see that there are students besides students who can pick up education correctly. There are students in Divyang category. There are students with special learning disorders, students with learning disorders. There are two different categories. Having understood the requirement of these students, we then decided to constitute committee to find out recommendations as to how to go about in making these students also part of the mainstream education, and having understood putting them part of the mainstream education. Today, now AICT is in the process of making model institutes, one per state. And once we are making model institute, one per state, we propose these institutes to be capable enough in such a manner that each and every student, whether disabled, Divyang, or for that matter, he is of special learning disorders, will be in a position to pursue his education and thereby having a meaningful contribution at whichever level. That is what is the understanding, and AICT would be funding these institutions to have all infrastructure facilities. We would also be funding these institutions towards making sure that these institutions in turn will also have the curriculum content, designing the faculty members capable enough to provide education. So ladies and gentlemen, it is something which for students are very, very important. And what I have spoken now, I have spoken all the activities towards promoting accessibility to the students, towards promoting opportunity to the students, towards giving infrastructural requirements to the students. And I have not mentioned any financially funded scheme. I would request each and every one of you to please go through the financially funded schemes which are available. There are phenomenal amount of financially funded schemes which each one of you will get an opportunity to see through. And each one of you then should be in a position to, actually speaking, be utilizing these schemes towards your requirements. Be part of the system. Do keep visiting AICT website. Do keep looking at the announcement section. At AICT, we are continuously aligned and inclined to continuously keep improving the quality of the education system. And every time I say that we are inclined to improve the quality of the education system, the aspects which I brought out to range from multidisciplinary to holistic education to promotion of regional languages, connecting of vocational education, multiple entry and multiple exit model, the process of basically taking into aspects the multiple facets of financially funded schemes to not only address the students but to the faculty members and to institutions. It's only collectively that when we connect together, we will be in a position to move forward to an activity or to a place wherein we are providing a professional education to our students and thereby making our students undergo a wholesome education. And thereby these students then in the time go on to attain, not only become employable, but they become capable enough to generate employment. So ladies and gentlemen, you will have to seriously speaking be pardoning me at this point of time. I am running short of time, like I was telling in the beginning. I have got to be running to another meeting. We will have a discussion continued. We will be again getting together in any more timeline. We would be again meeting. I would be requesting the organizers to do give me a chance to be speaking again. Let us have a larger interaction on this aspect, and then we will be going ahead with further meeting. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please request me and allow me to log out at this point of time to immediately come back into your forum once again. It will be my pleasure. I understand that I have cut short my talk. I'm cutting short my this thing because of another activity where I've got to be running. And notwithstanding, my last point before I take leave from each one of you is please read the nuances of NEP. Please read AICT's activities towards NEP. There are plethora of opportunities, plethora of initiatives which every stakeholder has. And unless and until we go through them, unless and until we read them, I will be personally be failing in my duty to bring you people at par larger commitment towards AICT. Thank you. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure speaking.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for sparing your valuable time in midst of your busy schedule. Thank you very much, sir.
Grateful, sir. You are grateful. I think I need to say personal thanks to you. Number one, for allowing me to introduce myself and go ahead without wasting time. Number two, for accepting my this particular agenda of coming back some other time and be speaking, and then be leaving it cut short. But do take it forward, sir. You people have the best expertise within you people to take it forward. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Participants kindly wait in the meeting. We would be posting the feedback form in a while.